Hi, I'm RealGenericDemon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 25, Volume 8. And this week we've just got a C60. Hopefully it's all to the brim, but if it's not, we'll swap onto the other side. So what it's saying we've got on here to begin with is we've got Fred, Casey, and it's Casey Jones, sort of crossed off. And then we've got, what's the other one here? Volcanic Planet. So I'm hoping that is actually what's on there. On the other side, lots of things crossed out, and then there's Beachhead, and then the two off the end of it. So it might be on there. So we'll give it a try. We'll see. Hopefully it's nice and full. I have listened to some of it, and it does sound like there's data there. So that's always a good thing. Anyway, I want to show you what I've got this week because I've got a few things, and there's some really nice things for a start off. I've talked to somebody really nicely on a Facebook group called Sir Clive Sinclair's Bar, I think it's called, or Sir Clive's Bar, and basically he'd found some of these, and you know how much I've suddenly become a collector of them. These are sealed tapes, just blank tapes, but I've become a sort of a connoisseur of blank tapes. And he sent me four in total, two that are the same. So some nice Maxell's ones that are the same look, so like that C90s. But it's just amazing, realistically, that, you know, you sort of start with something like What's on the Tape, and all of a sudden you're collecting, well, blank ones, and sealed blank ones at that. They're kind of cool, though. I kind of like them. So they're going to go with the rest of my collection. It's excellent. One day somebody will go, yeah, we really needed blank tapes. It'll save the world. It's like them floppy disks back in the 90s used to save everything. So I also got some other games as well. From a usual dealer, I got Confusion, which actually looks Confusion, which looks actually, well, I say it looks all right. I can't really tell because there's no pictures, but I quite fancied it from the cover. The cover looks kind of cool. It's like bombers in space. Look, so it's like wings on the edge of it, like there. Across there, and there's the bottom of its wing. So it's like bombers in space. I quite like the look of that one. So I assume it's a shoot 'em up actually from what it looks like. Assume so. Then I got a player's game, which is Cyber Nation. This one looks quite nice actually. It's kind of got my name on it. This kind of game. Look at those pictures. They're pretty cool actually. So yeah, no, I quite fancied that one. So they're all relatively expensive, just things I haven't seen before. I think the next one, by the way, I definitely have a copy of, but I can't remember where I put it. So we're gonna just add it to the collection. This has turned up in What's on the Tape before. Smuggler from CCS. And CCS is, what does it stand for? Something strategy, doesn't it? Computer Games Strategy or something similar. That's what it stands for. Does it say on the bottom? Well, it tells us what we've got to do on the bottom, which is to amass a fortune as a smuggler in the Caribbean, which is kind of cool. They're almost always basic games as well. They did Dallas and all kinds of things. They're just really cool. I like the styling of them. They're very sort of 70s in their sort of look of the covers. They really are. They're really nice and sort of somebody who doesn't understand computer games just drawing, well, pictures, but they're really effective as well. And also, I mean, if you've got those queued up on your shelf, they look really nice. They look really, really nice. Anyway, and the last one, which is brilliant, to be honest with you, and looks like the cover of a fighting fantasy game book, a sort of Road Warriors one, which is a Podder, or Podder. It's an arcade game, doesn't tell you much about it, but if you look at the cover of it, it doesn't half look like a fighting fantasy book, and I can't remember which one it is. You can probably find it yourself, but if you look at the old fighting fantasy book, and it's the other way around, there's a guy sort of shooting that way, and it's got spikes on the front, and it's basically this image, and it's typical of the 80s, this. It's extremely typical of the 80s. This is somebody just nicked it. They just took the style of the fighting fantasy book, stuck it on there, and thought nobody'd notice, and we did. So there we are. Podder is there. It looks quite good, that one. But anyway, without further ado, let's get this in a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so let's go down to our favourite, which is Basic, and load dit, or load speech marks. Oh, straight into it. I thought it was rewound. Oh, actually, that's totally different. And Bomb Jack, that's a totally different game. That wasn't even... Do you know what? That's loaded really... That's literally... Oh my god, it's straight on the brown tape. Literally straight on it. Somebody's recorded straight onto this. Let's try this again. R8 of error. That's not a good start, though. Bombjack. Yes, a classic. A fantastic game. Based on the arcade game of the same name by Tecmo. It is one of those games that I loved as a kid. When you're a kid and you play it, and you've got the arcade version. Oh, it's gonna be one of them where it's not gonna work very well. Let's give it another try. Let's give it another load it and see if we get to work. I've just cleaned the tape deck as well, just in case. I thought I'd give it a quick clean. He was one of the lovely tape cleaners that Daryl sent to me, some long-time viewer of the channel and friend. He sent me these sort of one of these proper cleaning tips from about 2000. Funnily enough, it was so we were still using tapes back in 2000. Quite much to my surprise, realistic. I don't know why I've restarted that there, but I'm going to give it another go. Let's give it a try. This is not what I was expecting on this tape, which is a good sign, because this is when we get things like this. This is where we get games that come on. No, it's not one to play. Right, okay, let's. Oh no, I've forgotten it. You stay there. I've forgotten the tape. Oh my god, I've got all kinds going on here. I've forgotten the sort of tape converter thing with the 3.5mm jack that goes into my phone. 1 second, hang on. I'm coming. Come back. I'll be back in a second. Very much in a second. Running all the way. I ran all the way. Oh, I'm out of breath now. Oh, Adrian Edmondson in Bottom. That's where it comes from. My running all the way. There's a point where he's obviously doing what I'm doing, just sort of sidling slowly, and he shouts to Richie in Bottom. He shouts to Rick Mail, should I say, or Richie as the character's called. He shouts, "Running all the way," as he comes to the door, and it's just funny. It's good slapstick humour, and I tell you what, that was a massive loss to the world when we lost Rick Mail so early. He was a comic genius, and I think that I mean, it might have been of a time, but I certainly think they were comic geniuses from the. Do you remember Comic Strip Presents? Do you remember those? Do you remember Robbie Coltrane walking out onto that pier where the water was splashing everywhere? Apparently, that nobody'd go out and look after him there, and Robbie Coltrane just went and did it anyway because it was apparently really dangerous with the water splashing up on him. So those guys were they were brilliant. They were anything for humour, for the situation, for the look and the feel of it, and the intelligence that went with it, because there was an intelligence to their humour that I think is lost nowadays. They really were brilliantly intelligent people. Right, look, okay, let's go with what we're going, Bombjack, weren't we? See if I can find it. Bombjack. Come on, Bombjack. Elite Systems, the re-release on the Encore, slightly longer. Let's go with the re-release because it's more likely to load on the re-release. So we'll go with the re-release of Bombjack, a classic game. But as I said, Tecmo originally released this. I remember playing it in, I want to say an airport, but I'm not sure whether it was an airport or not. My memory on it's a bit fuzzy. I remember Bombjack, but I don't remember the airport, whether or not it was actually an airport or not. Now, this is an interesting game. This game is not meant to work on the Plus 2A due to the chip reductions, the number of reductions in the chips, I think it was, that caused it to be a slightly difference in variations. However, it does work. It just corrupts a bit of the screen. So, get used to it. It does that. It's like Pac-Man with jumping. Platform Pac-Man with super jumping. So Bombjack can dispose of the bombs, even the lit ones, by jumping and collecting them. But he can jump extremely high. He can jump the entire height of the screen and up and down again. And it is a great game. It's one that should be on the Evercade. If you've got an Evercade, there should be a Tecmo collection for the Evercade. There was for the Xbox Original and PlayStation 2, I believe. There was a Tecmo collection for those. I'm not sure whether it was on the PlayStation 2. It probably wasn't, actually, but it was definitely on the original Xbox. I've got that. It's brilliant. It's just arcade ROMs, and it's. But if somebody was to say to me they were going to release it on the Evercade or even the Switch, which is just perfect, I would be all over that. I'd want that. I really would. I'd love to have that. I know I can emulate it and all this kind of stuff. I can put it onto to an arcade joystick and I can have it that way, or a little Raspberry Pi or a small PC. I mean, to be fair, nowadays you can go on Amazon and pick up a small refurbed PC for about £75, which will literally sate your desire for retro gaming. I mean, literally, you can. There are people who sell them for 50 quid preloaded. I like the idea of PC better, though. In my mind, that kind of makes more sense because it's still repairable and fixable for the most part. These weird sort of console things can be a bit hit and miss, and I don't include the Evercade in that because they're really supporting that. They've been going at it since 2000. It's 5 years old now. And they're still smashing away at it. They've just released a trailer for the arcade collection for the Atari, a second set of them, and it includes Berserk and Frenzy, Moon Patrol, and a whole bunch of other games. 10 games in one cartridge for a device you can use at home and just plug and play, and it works. It includes instructions, a manual, and a cartridge, and a case. Oh, you can't beat that, you really can't. I genuinely still think that the Evercade is a fantastic value for money, especially as you get curated collections that people can actually, you can either have the handheld version, you can have the one that fits on your telly, you can use different controllers with it. What else can I say? I can wax lyrical about the Evercade. I'm a big fan of the device. I supported it when it was first bought. Blaze Interactive. Blaze? No, are they interactive? Well, Blaze, whoever they are, is a British firm bringing these games back again. It's great stuff, fantastic. Can't really beat it. But yeah, Tecmo would be a lovely collection. This is a collection I would utterly love to see go there, because Tecmo has got good pedigree with a lot of things. I mean, Tecmo is also responsible for Dead or Alive, the game that revolutionised the bouncing of breasts in computer games. So if you remember the original Dead or Alive, there was a how bouncy you want the boobs. There was. It literally was a setting. I'm not even. Once you finished it once, it opened up a setting called sort of, I don't know if it was called Boob Bounce, but it was something similar anyway. So you got that in your game. But Tecmo did so many good games and Bombjack being one of them. Not Bombjack 2 though. Let's do the we gotta do the Bombjack 2 story. I love the Bombjack 2 stories. It's really funny because you can watch it on my channel. Watch it on the channel, right? There is the Spectrum version, I think, on my channel, and there is the Commodore 64 version on the channel. And that is the one that is, without a doubt, the most telling of the lot. And why would I say it's the most telling of the lot? Here's why I'll tell you the most telling of the lot. It shows the fact that Bombjack 2 by Elite Systems was not a Bombjack game. It was a Thundercats game, because if you look at the Commodore 64 version, not only does he hold a knife or a sword like Lion-O, he has orange hair, and if you listen closely to the music, it's Thundercats. The music of Thundercats. But because Bombjack was more successful for Elite, they repurposed it. It's not the first time it's happened, by the way, that people have changed assets in something and swapped it from one game to the other. They literally repurposed it like that. It was like Airwolf. So the first Airwolf was very, very popular. So they needed to do an Airwolf 2. So they just swapped the assets of the space shoot-'em-up that was upcoming for a helicopter and then put Airwolf in space. You can't make it up. You really can't make it up. Those were the days, though. Those were the days when things like that happened. They still do, to be fair. Right, I'm going to have a quick drink. Hang on. Oh, that's excellent. But not coffee for a change. No, I've decided that we're going to work on Ribena now. I'm going to be the face of Ribena. I hope I know what the keys are for this. Press 1. What are the keys? I think it's NM. What's the jump? That's jump. That's jump. Right, okay. So you can jump, and you have to collect the bombs. And if you collect them in order... Oh, look at this. Look at me showing some... Oh, died. If you collect them in order, enough sparkling ones in order, you get a bonus. Fly across there. You got to tap it to fly. This is your pack pill, by the way, this thing flying around here. See? There's a pack pill. Get this one. Get this one. Get this one. Show you how I used to play when I was back in the day. Oh! There's a way to super jump, and I can't remember what it is. That's it. I think I've got it. And I've got it. I've got 22 sparkling bombs. I loved this for the fact that you could do that. So you basically have to work out what order they were going to go and then do the bombs. So, and then this one up here. And they're like famous landmarks. Like is that the Greek Pantheon that we've got there. So we have a way of doing that. I forget that thing to follow me. Oh, get you. That'll do. Yeah, and then up here. Oh, no. Oh, no, this is going to be harder. Oh, I've landed on him. Died. You can just collect them in any order you like, though, but the problem is you lose your huge bonus for doing so. I think it is the S for the S key I'm pushing for the super jump over them. When they land on the bottom, they sort of turn into little creatures, unfortunately. Oh, game over! Damn, I was going to kill him off there. Am I going to put my name in? Oh, I can type it. Right. That, by the way, is one of the best. It's a simple, single-screen arcade game. One of the things that the Spectrum is particularly good at. Plus, look at the arcade colours here. I know it's black and white when you're playing the game. I get that. Don't whine about that, you know. But when you do it, it looks really good. And when you say this, by the way, you say the license is from Tekkan. That's actually Tecmo. It's just they changed the name later. So it's the same people. So before somebody says that and says that in the comments, that I've got that wrong. Definitely doesn't say that in the comments. Yeah, it does. I promise you, it's the right people. That was a great game to start off with. I'm delighted with that. Couldn't have asked for better. If you wanted something good to start with, that was a good game to start with. Right, let's see what else is on this tape. Still worth playing today, that one. Still worth playing today. We don't want to do that because that's Bomb Jack. Let's fast forward. Let's see what we've got here. That was a great game, and I wasn't expecting it either, which is even better. I like it when I'm not expecting it. Especially good on what's on tape. That's why this is so much fun. You never know what you're going to get. Never know. I was looking through some of the tapes earlier today, and it was interesting to see the type of music that was kind of popular. It was some from Barcelona. It's very, very, very Spanish, very, very Spanish indeed. And then there was a bit of there was the old Beatles, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Of course, we all know that now was an acronym for something else. Yes. LSD, yeah, an acronym. Yeah, the old Beatles there with that. I'll be honest now, by the way, and you may hate me for this. I always thought they were a bit overrated. I mean, they were good. They probably opened a few doors for a number of other artists in their time, but give or take, take or leave the Beatles. I'm afraid. I think because I don't think they were quite my generation. They were. Oh my God, I'm doing Beatles puns now accidentally. Yeah. Anyway, but they weren't quite my generation. So because they weren't quite my generation, I'm more your 80s and 90s kind of music, and I think where I started to learn where my not that I have much musical taste, it's very eclectic. I listen to all kinds of things. I literally was in the car the other day. I'd missed a bit of. I felt like I was missing out on the 2000s, so I was listening to Utah Saints of all things. Ping pong, cool, great game. If it loads. So my taste is very, 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 very sort of wide, different, and whatever else is from rap to opera. So it's all kind of weird and wonderful things in it. But yeah, they never struck a chord with me. So I'm more a 90s, more a what are they called, Nirvana fan. That kind of thrash metal, early sort of soft, loud stuff. That was what I was listening to then. I'm hoping this is loading, by the way. This does not look good. This looks like a blank screen, peoples. Go on. If this is the ping pong part I'm thinking it is. No, there's nothing happening there. There's nothing going on. No screen at all. Right, on we go. We'll put on PlayZX because otherwise we'll be there forever. This is not a very good tape, by the way. It wasn't in the best shape, but I found it half rewound as they always are, almost always are, which is always a shame. I don't understand why people couldn't rewind things, but hey, they didn't rewind videos, did they? Remember, they had to fine people for not rewinding videos. But ping pong. If it is the ping pong I'm thinking of. Yeah, it's a Hit Squad re-release of it. That's probably the one we want. Press the play button. Yeah. Let's play that. If it's this ping pong that I'm thinking of, which is a good version of it, I think it's Konami, this one. Again, back in the day, this is really weird, isn't it? Back in the day when EA was not about losing profits and Ubisoft were good and Konami weren't hated world over for their changing their IP into pachinko machines, which are basically gambling machines. And all of the horrible levels of not downloadable content, because that can often be good. All the levels of selling, microtransactions and other things. And by the way, Microsoft started that. They really did. They one of their first games that they backed was Dead Space 3, and they banged in so many microtransactions. It's abysmal. It became pay to win. I think even that's where the terminology sort of turned up from. But the point is that EA back in the day, they used to make some fantastic games. Tell me now you didn't love that's going well. You didn't love. We may have to try another ping pong here. Stop. Let's have another try. Oh, we got another one here. Let's try this one by Klaus Jan. That sounds fine. Let's do that one. It's a ping pong, but back in the day, that these guys, who didn't love, Desert Strike? It was great, wasn't it? The original EA Sports games where they were, that was some complete. You played FIFA 97, or you played, I don't know, anything else, something else, anything else by them, and it really wasn't full of microtransactions and other horrible things. I mean, did you see the latest little bit of rubbishy news? And I know you probably get quite a lot of your silly news from me. Latest rubbishy news. Steam had or Valve has come up with a plan to deal with companies who want to put advertising, include like mobile stuff. Where you have to watch an advert, and sometimes in your mobile game that you play. They want to put those into computer games, PC games, and Valve has basically said that's a no from us. And it's a win for the gamers. And who said they wanted to do that? EA did, because Dragon Age was a failure. It didn't sell like they expected it to sell, and it's a failure. And because it's a failure, they have literally decided that they're going to change all their PC games into mobile-style games. Good luck with that, EA. You already got rid of your Origin store because it was so unpopular, and now you want to basically threaten everybody with advertising within their games. It's nuts, isn't it? Really is. That's it's pathetic. The money they make, they could stick it in the bank and still generate enough to make a decent sort of games. And I would argue nowadays that it's about the quality of the game. And this is really weird with its B10, B whatever else it is loading. I would argue this is where it turns out to be some completely different type of ping pong. The type you find in the Far Orient. But anyway, yeah, the middle, in the East, Asia type places. But anyway, yeah. So the good grief. At least some developers do it. But the thing is, if they'd done it, do you think it would have helped them in the long run if they put adverts into your favourite game? And I can't even think of an EA game at the moment that we're loving. I suppose there's FIFA. Is that the one? FIFA maybe? There we go. These are the two gentlemen involved in it. And it's... What language is that? Is that German? I think that's German, because it's just the way that the long words are all mixed together. Q and A, L and O, up and down, basically. Press the key. Oh, it's pink. It's Pong. Oh, look, it's Pong. Do you remember Pong? This is the one that came on your grandstand thing that you went round to your granny's house and she had. She had a grandstand device, and everybody was like, yes, we've got Pong. Oh, look at this. I'm pinging and ponging with myself. Awesome. Oh, that was unlucky. That's cool. Oops, 1-1. I'm not very good here. I'm not very good at all. I'm missing it now. Come on, let's get this one. Oh, touch. I'm just on the edge. I wonder how many goes to. It used to go to 11, I think, was the original scores. Yeah. It actually plays really well. I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't basic, you know. It's okay. I'll be honest, back in the day when I was writing computer games years ago, yeah, you probably didn't realise that, but I did write computer games at one point. In fact, I wrote a massive amounts of routines for the PC at the time. I had a book called the PC Bible, and it showed me how to program the video cards of the day, which were sort of EGA and CGA and MCGA. Do you remember those? 256 colours on screen with a decent palette of about 16 million or something similar. But yeah, me and my colleague, we used to write. And the first thing we did was we wrote our own procedures. So think about engines like you would find in Unreal nowadays, which is sort of a full engine, or Unity or Godot or something similar. We basically wrote all of the code for that. It lives in a floppy disk on my wall, funnily enough. All of the code on a single floppy disk for basically engineering games back in the day versus it. One of the first games I wrote for my friend who was working for, bizarrely, IBM at the time. I wrote him a game, and it was about 1,000 lines long, and it was basically Pong, but it was Pong with like different characters. I drew up like sharks with a human head bouncing between them, and cars with a tire bouncing between them, and stuff like that. You could change the character sets. It was like Pong on speed. Bizarre sort of way of doing it. But I rather enjoyed doing it. It's one of the few games. We did quite a few games. Quite a lot were released as shareware and. Just let this go. But is it breakable? No. I'll bounce this back now and see if I can win the game. But yeah, we released a lot of shareware, and it was quite good fun back in the day. But like most things, the internet really wasn't there. So we didn't have that distribution network. You were kind of relying on putting it in magazines and advertising yourself. So, although we did a few educational pieces of software as well, which we sold directly to the person involved with it, well, that was about it really. It was educational growth of trees. Funnily enough, was the product we created. A tree sort of simulation. I know that sounds really boring, but if you're an environmental teacher, it's definitely something you want to know about. So we did something like that. I don't remember the all ins and outs of it, to be honest with you. It's kind of clever anyway. Okay, right. Well, I'm going to move on because we've seen Pong. Unless there's an explosive a sort of firework display at the end. We're not gonna do any more with that. Right, let's see what else we've got on this tape. This has been interesting thus far. I'm quite liking this. I am liking the difference. That's the Pong thing. The one from Konami is really good. What it does is it tracks the ball, and you have to choose whether you backhand it, smash it, gently lob it, and all this kind of stuff. And that's all your choices are. Your choices are not to hit the ball back, because it tracks it automatically. No matter how fast it's going, it tracks it automatically, which is kind of cool. Which means you're only working out. It's more strategic than just a ping pong game. I still remember Rockstar's one that they did before. Rockstar did Grand Theft Auto 4. They checked out the models and all the other stuff they could do in it. That doesn't sound good. I'll actually up the tape out to look at it there. Oh, hello. BB1. No idea what BB1 is. Let's hope it loads. It's got it making very nasty noises in between the sounds now. These tapes have been sat out for years. There's no way to be sure how they were preserved. Most of them were not preserved. They were just chucked in a garage or into an attic, where they were left to fester and go mouldy. There's a load going on. Come on then. Let's see what happens. Fingers crossed. That's not going to happen, I'm afraid. Let's load it and see if we can find something else. Yeah, it's loading some kind of code there. BB1. What do you think? I can't think of anything that started BB1. Bubble Boss 1. I love these kind of tapes because this is a complete surprise. This is not what we were expecting. We were meant to be getting Fred, Casey Jones and other things. This tape's been overwritten so many times by people who wanted to put other games on here. Vast collections of them. Not liking this. Here's a gap now. Listen to that. Dreadful. All that background noise, that history. And it's gone. We're into silence. Oh, what's this? You hear it? That sounded like a Spectrum game that we've overwritten. Let's see if there's something else after this. You're listening to about the 1980s right now. This is pure history, this. It is actually. All honesty, this is like Spectrum archaeology. I'm like Indiana Jones, but crapper. I'm short round. Not quite. Well, Jim Short Round wasn't crap, was he? He could drive a car with his things on. But anyway, it's gone very quiet now. Is this empty now? I think this is empty. The fact that it's absolute silence strikes me that it is possibly empty. That's fine. We can go on the other side. We can go on the other side. It's all good. I don't know whether next week we're checking or not on whether or not who won the choice of games. I can't even remember what they were. It feels like ages ago. It was ages ago. It was 8 weeks ago. Can't remember. 2 months ago, nearly. That's how long these things run for. You do know that, don't you? 2 and a bit months-ish. Give or take. And God knows how long you've all been watching for. Have you all watched all 25 seasons? Are you all up to date with them? Is it something you've done? Have you watched them all from the beginning? The first ones are really funny, though, because it's me just basically going, what's on this tape? Well, nothing, because nothing would load. You know, there's that kind of thing. They're sort of 10 minutes long. They're hilarious. And then there's just me just growing with it and sort of learning how to adjust the azimuth, the Tolkien-esque adjustment of your magnetic head, and then adding another tape deck to it, and then finding a way to sort of at least try and show you, based on the name of it, what's on the tape. It honestly, it's grown as a franchise. I think Ribena should support it right now. I would suggest you all start writing to them now to demand my instantaneous statement as a Ribena drinking what's on the taping person. No, it's not going to happen, is it? Right, I'm rewinding the other side now. I'm on the other side. We're on the other side. Have you had a good week this week? Have you been busy? Have you done anything good? Are you drinking anything good? If I've got Ribena, what are you drinking? What are you drinking? What are you drinking? Huh? Oh, here we go. Almost rewound. There we go. Push the button. Let's see what's on here. Brace yourselves. It could be a rough ride. Yep, very rough ride, because that was just 2 seconds worth of nothing. Come on. We have silence again. Oh! We're... Beachhead! Yes! Right, okay, I'm saying yes, but I can't remember how to play it at all. This is... I'm sure... What was this? Was this US Gold? Came in an orange thing with a sort of World War sort of thing. So you were landing on the beachhead, weren't you? So there was sort of a boaty bit, landy bit, and then attack the castle and then repeat over again type thing. It's a bit like Raid over Moscow, where you kind of repeat the same thing, which then got reduced to Raid for some reason at some point as well, instead of Raid over Moscow. So it got reduced down into that kind of well, Raid did anyway. But this one. I'm hoping it's going to load properly, because that spot on the screen looks crap. That looks brilliant. Yes, that's a massive failure. Right, brilliant. That's what we like. I'm sure that this will be on PlayZX. It's guaranteed to be. We can try it in another tape deck, but I'm going to give it another blow. Well, another blow. I'm going to give it another blow. It's like a Nintendo one. You just blow on it gently on the tape. Oh. You haven't come here for the blowjobs. Come in for the games. Come on, behave yourselves. I'll have more subscribers if we were doing the other thing. And probably wouldn't be on YouTube either. It'd be on, Only Friends or something like that. Is this looking better or not? Absolutely not. Right. Okay. Was definitely US Gold. I could see it in the bottom corner of that. Let's get this out of the tape deck. Let's find it on PlayZX. It's bound to be there. It's a game that's 100% going to be on PlayZX. It has to be. If it isn't, I'll be utterly amazed. Right. PlayZX. Beachhead. Beach. Oh, yes. There's the Americana re-release. Let's go with that one. Let's push the play button on there. 3-minute re-release from Americana. There's the original US Gold version there, which is slightly shorter, but I always like to go for the slightly longer ones because there's a better chance of it actually loading is the answer to that question. I'm trying to see if I've got it, because I can see I've got a very small Americana section. That's not loading. That's not loading, guys. Yep, push the plate. Come on. No, that's not loading. Stop. Break. No, not going to break. Of course we're not. Let's do a reset. Let's try the original US Gold version of it, because that's not working. And it's one of them quick loading ones. It's not quite a turbo loader, but it's certainly a quick loader, which is always rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. We hate them. I'm honestly, you must feel like I do. It must be the bane of your life whenever you see a speed loader of some sort. Oh my god, it's just terrible. The number of games we've not had load because of speed loaders. Zombie for one. Strange Loop. I tell you what, there must be a Strange Loop counter going on here. I must have stayed Strange Loop across the series, 25 series at least 1,000 times. There's easily that number of times. Simply because I want to play the blooming game, and there's no way to get it to load properly. But we'll give it a try. We'll give this one a try anyway. It's loading the screen, hopefully, now. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, much better. Beachhead, there we go. Lovely. It's amazing, though, to think that even to this day and age, that some of the original copying or copying anti sort of piracy devices, like the turbo loader, is still causing computers not to load now. Seriously, it is. It's quite amazing that how many. I mean, there's games on PlayZX. We've played this lots of times, right? There are times on PlayZX that the games don't load. It's just unbelievable, isn't it? To think that these copy protection methodologies are still breaking and stopping computers working, even some 40-odd years later. When's the specky? Oh, it'll be. It's not long now until it's 50, isn't it? Say it's not long. 7 years. 7 years? It's in his 40s now, anyway. Well and truly, 42, 43 years old. 43 years old. What a wonderful piece of hardware that's still running after this length of time. I bet you can't say that same about certain classic cars. I mean, to be fair though, like most classic cars or other things, it's still got its problems, working and going. Not terrible problems, but it's still got some problems. I think the biggest problem with these things is anything mechanical, really, and old capacitors. They seem to be the bane of all technology. It seems like they leak. It's a really weird thing, that. I wonder if more modern capacitors have changed so that they're less leaky. I'm guessing so. You would hope things would last a lot longer, though. Anyway, we're getting there with Beachhead. My brain's ticking over there about things which would last, and I'm trying to think of things that have lasted. For me, it's weird things like jackets or clothing and things like that. I've had some clothing for a very long time. I'm still wearing it. It's just because it just fits and it's fine and there's nothing wrong with it. It's probably slightly worn, but that's so am I. So that's okay, isn't it? It's if everybody's slightly worn, we're all good, as they say. I've even taken my PlayStation 4 and my Xbox 360 out of my sort of shelving unit that I use for my consoles and put the Evercade in there because I was, I would say I really like the Evercade. Definitely a thing to do. Right, Bruce Carver, keys, easy skills. What are the keys? IP, QZ, enter fire. Right, can I define the keys? K, yes I can. Select. Space and H to hold. Yes, okay. I for instructions, yes. Multi-screen action games require to do different things, right? Okay, you will encounter pressing a key. Just want the overall thing. Yeah, know about the keyboard and count whatever else is. Good with that. Menus. Yep, good with that. Yeah, not very much to tell there. So let's press S to start. Skill level easy. No, S to start. Sign on. Here we go. Press any key. Alright, okay. Yeah, I've got to avoid that. I'm those little dots at the sort of top of the centre of the screen. And I'm trying to land, I think, in one of these areas. Yeah, and I've got to go through here. Yeah. Yeah, I've got to get through here. Out the other side, because I've tried to go through the gap at the top. I'm like this I'm this boat thing here. Avoid these torpedoes. Let's go through. Yep. Making it this far. I think the boats are at the bottom. I've got to get all them through. You see the boats at the bottom? Where it says where there's little damage, and then there's the boats below that, and they've gone blue. That's just basically I've got to get all of them through to get the whole fleet through this devastatingly dangerous minefield, because that's a mine. Blew one up. Damn. Yep, got hit by one mine there. You want to avoid? I wanted to avoid the fleet, you see, that was at the bottom, so I thought I'd go with this route through. It's kind of cool, though. I like multi-screen games like this. Let's shoot on up here. It's nice to actually be able to play a game that I sort of remember. Damn, ran into a torpedo. Bad, bad, bad. So I was trying to avoid these guys. Oh no, here we go. We got to fight them. There's no other way, because we got through the seawall, but there we go. Get you. It's like you got to elevate these things. Oh my god, I've got to kill these things. Oh, you go away, pal. Then you've got to sink the boats, don't you? I've got a bit of damage here. There's a bit of damage. Got him. Right, 40 mil. Gotta get him. Oh, I've got bombed by these boats, look. I've lost a boat. Let's get these guys. I think we got them. Now I've got to bomb these guys. Oh, where are you? He's got my range. Their boats go away. How have I not got that? You would think that if I put all the elevation to the max, I would get that one in the background. And I can't get it. Come on. Hit them. That's ridiculous. What's going on? That's not how it works, is it? It's the range is lower. Oh, come on. I'm just losing boat after boat here. When we get there, we get to land on the place and hurt peoples. Come on. Shoot him. Please shoot him. Another boat down. My entire fleet's getting destroyed here. You would think that I'd be able to hit these things. Right, 45-degree angle. 45. I'm down one ship now. I'm about to die. Oh, I can't remember how to do this. Too long. Oh, it's saying at the bottom too short. Oh, I'm dead. We're all dead. Game over. That was really hard work. I forgot how difficult that was. So there's that, and then there's the sort of attack the sort of the land mass as such. But we'll see what else is on this tape. Shall we see what else is on here? Bruce Carver, great name. Bruce Carver. Got a comment on my Commodore 64 Swiv the other day. Somebody by the original Paul Henderson. Who I think he was the original person who wrote. Well, he said he was the original person who wrote it. It was very nice. Good game, great game actually. The thing about Swiv for me, if you've ever played it, sort of shoot 'em up. It's the follow-on from Silkworm, where there was a helicopter and a car, and the one person was the helicopter, the other person was the jeep. And it was the follow-on from that. And you basically had to sort of choose who was who and go along level. Now, Swiv was if Silkworm was the horizontal shooter as you went across, Swiv was like the top-down version of it. And the Amiga version of it, we couldn't work out how it did it. Or should I say, we knew how it did it, but it was like so new and such fantastic technology. They streamed the game directly from the floppy drive. The floppy drive was always running, and it was always loading the level, and it was just so clever that it was effectively what you would call nowadays buffering. You know, when you see your TV sort of catching up when you're watching stuff. Not that anybody does that nowadays, because everybody's got gigabit to their house, haven't they? Everybody's got fibre to the prem nowadays. Everybody's got fibre to the prem. Whole world has got fibre to the prem. Well, that's what OpenReach will tell you. Or somebody else, whoever your provider is locally, they'll tell you fibre to the premise is the thing. All these little smaller companies filling the market at the moment, which is not a bad thing. However, if you understand the business model, you'll understand that it is a bad thing, because what they're doing is they're collecting up everybody, charging you pennies to begin with, and then they're going to be bought out by many of the bigger providers later, just because it's exactly that. It's a volume thing. They want as many customers on their base because you're the commodity they're selling to somebody else. It's a sad thing, but it happens a lot. Specifically, used to happen a lot in the mobile market. The mobile market, certainly business-wise, they used to collect a vast number of people, and then they would sell them when they were profitable, and there was a lot of people held in contract. Who couldn't go anywhere else were held with a particular provider. It's terrible. Realistically, it's you being a cash cow, but you are on everything. If you're on any kind of social media, you're a cash cow for those social media things. They're not driven by the people. They're driven with. They're not driven by the people. They're driven by the people that use, so all your data is fair game, realistically. And that doesn't just include social media. That, of course, includes the big sort of online e-commerce. To be fair, it's tragic, really. Even those e-commerce people are exploiting your weaknesses. That's why they keep selling me Star Wars figures. You want this Star Wars figure? No, I don't. Oh, go on then. Yes, I do. I really want that Star Wars figure. I need it. Yeah, to keep exploiting my weaknesses. I've got so many weaknesses. It's just unbelievable. I'm so foul. You know, I'm so fallible, realistically. Only human, as they say. That's a statement. Only human, as they say. And this is a great game, Wheelie. It wasn't until I restarted collecting computer games, probably, 10, 15 years ago now, that I realised I'd never seen Wheelie's cover originally, and I can see why it didn't really sell very well. It wasn't the best of covers in my mind. It just doesn't look brilliant. If it had been, I don't know, there's something about it, but when I've played it in the past, when I'd seen special versions of it in the past, those are the things that, you know, these are one of the games that you go, oh, Wheelie, it's a fantastic game. But did you own a copy? I mean, that's the big question is, did many of us actually own a copy of Wheelie? Did anybody go out and find it in the shop and buy Wheelie? You probably didn't, because it didn't have any, if I remember rightly, it doesn't have any screenshots in it. It kind of has an explanation. It has a picture of sort of a variation of a motorbike enthusiast jumping over something, I think. And that's it. And it doesn't really explain the game itself in its very nature. And if this loads, by the way, the first game that's loaded on this tape. Which is cool. Very cool indeed. Want to get your money's worth this episode? Your money's worth. You're a commodity right now. Buy a Spectrum. Does laughing to myself. Buy a Spectrum. If only I was on commission from Retrogames. They could commission me to say buy the Spectrum, but I'm not. So tough. Right. Bottom row to play it. I don't know the letters. Can't remember the controls. That's up and down. No. Right, got him, I think. Right, we've got to find out what the freeze button is, because there's a freeze button that makes life a lot easier in this game. Too fast! Still have to jump it, though. Procedurally generated, as they now call it, but in our day it was random. Too slow. We'll struggle here. Not a good start. I'm over. A lot of buses there. That's freezes one. No, I don't want that. I was trying to get there was a little floating thing there, a little floating circle. Fuel's low now. That's my next big problem. Let's go upwards and see if there's some fuel. No, that's ice. So we have to go slow across the ice, otherwise we slip over and die. Miles per hour. There's gas. We'll take it. Wheelie for that. Then back again. We basically have to get to the other end and find the Ghost Rider. We have to race him back again. It's very Marvel-esque, this one. I rather like Ghost Rider. I don't know about anybody else. I quite like the Marvel Ghost Rider. I quite enjoyed that. But I'm a bit of a fan. Garth Ennis' version, by the way, Ghost Rider is by far the greatest version of of Ghost Rider, without shadow of a doubt. That is the no pun intended there. Not without shadow of a doubt, though, he's by far the greatest version. Also the artist, I can't remember his name, who drew the artwork for Garth's version, is a master of his arts. It is beautiful. It's great stuff. So he froze him. Freeze is very useful. Freeze. There. Gas. Yes. Getting the points as well. Collecting those. Very nice. Freeze it there. Without a doubt, this will be up this way. We're speeding across the level. And basically we have to race back against the Ghost Rider. I don't think I've actually seen the Ghost Rider. I'll be honest. I've never seen him. It's a great game. It's such a clever idea. A platformer and motorcycles. Yeah, we're alright here. Need to go... Yeah, down. Down. Right, okay, here we go. This is a lot of level to go through. I'm not going to remember all this. I don't know whether I want to go the top way. Let's go down. Let's go across the bottom. I don't think I've ever got this far. It's good stuff though, isn't it? It really is. Yeah, it's good. It's clever stuff. It reminds me of BMX Flyer, and I always say this, and then Jay's Manchild pops up in the comments saying BMX Flyer, and he's right, because he should. It's a great game. Too short. Let's do a bit of power here. No, too short. Come on, we can do this. Oh no, I've run out of lives. Unbelievable. I got all that way and ran out of lives. So annoying. We got a long way there. Enjoyed that. Let's see what else is on here. This has been a bit, I have to say, this is one of those tapes which has been giving when we didn't expect it to give. We expected it to just be all over very quickly and sort of, you know. Sitting silently in the corner, crying. Ganasha, oh, this is the Mastertronic Pac-Man-esque clone that doesn't follow the rules of Pac-Man. So one of the big key factors of Pac-Man is you basically want Pac-Man continually moves. So the only time Pac-Man stops is when he hits a wall. So if you push left, he keeps going left until he hits a wall. And if you push up, he keeps going up until he hits a wall. Ganasha doesn't do that. It just stops. So the moment you stop pushing a key, he just stops in place, which is great. But it goes against the fluidity. There's a big word. The fluidity of a Pac-Man game, because the idea is to sort of slide yourself around the maze. Sort of hunting the ghosts when you've got the power pill if you need to, or clearing out the other things that are there, the cookies or whatever they are, the other pellets that are around the sort of place. So it kind of goes against the grain of a Pac-Man. If you want to do a Pac-Man clone, you have to do the sort of persistent movement. Once you push a direction, he goes. The only time he's still is when you start at the centre of the screen. So this one had a picture of a variation of Pac-Man sort of running at the front of the screen towards you. It was kind of cool, and it was kind of not. You would have probably bought it and been okay with it, but I don't think it would have been the game that changed keys. Yes, up, left, right, down, H to hold. No. Right. Anyway, it wouldn't have been a game that you'd have been impressed with. It's okay. Look at it. The maze is quite small. The movement's fine on the variations of the ghosts. You know, they do what they're meant to do. It plays like a Pac-Man game. I'll be honest, it does. It just should be continually moved, but it is just literally Pac-Man. It is just Pac-Man, without a doubt. There's nothing else to say other than it's Pac-Man. I think if you got it, you'd have been happy with it. It's a relatively good clone. And we're on to the next level, and we're on to the cherry level. Literally just stolen, just directly. He even explodes the same way. Just doesn't make the same noise. It's not bad. It's not going to win any awards for the best clone of Pac-Man, but it's not bad. And the continual movement also is a sort of key. We'll go and get a lemon. A key factor in the way it works, but it's fine. It's all right. I don't mind it. It is very playable. There are worse ones out there. Gulpman comes to mind. Gulpman is pretty bad, but that's got a weird mechanic to it as well. So yeah, it's not the world's greatest version, but it's not bad at all. Let's see what else is on here. Let's see if we've got any more stuff. This has been a bit of a tape after all. Let's see if there's some other stuff that loads. Things that are crossed off that are actually there. What have we got? Oh. Let's hope it loads. Come on. Another try. I can hear an echo on this now. That's never a good sign. Come on, you beauty. No, there's an echo. There's an echo. We might have to skip on to see what else is here. Come on. One more. Come on. Oh. No, it's not going to go. Let's see what else is on here. I've enjoyed this What's on the Tape. I hope you have. Nice to see Bomb Jack. I do love a bit of Bomb Jack. Good bit of wheelie there. Nice bit of beachhead. Ganasha. Or Nasha. Named after the Beano dog. Dennis the Menace's Beano dog. Love a bit of Dennis the Menace. Still love those back in the day. Dandy. Topper. Beano, obviously. Yeah, they were great, weren't they? We used to like those. Go on, go on, go on. I'm going to give it another... I'll rewind it a bit further. Come on. Come on. We're not going very well here. There's no way to tell either. It's one of these tapes where there's nothing there. Alright, right. Let's keep going. Let's see if there's something here. Very grindy. Oh, we've gone silence. This is halfway through another game. That's cool. Still got potential here. We got potential. Here we go. No. Come on, come on. Right, I'm going to swap this into the other tape deck because we'll see whether it can turn off the volume enough or the tone enough that we can actually get this to load. I don't think it's a volume issue here. I think that I'll tell you what I can hear. What I can hear is there's like an echo on the back of it. You might not be able to hear it so well on the video, but there is, from my point of view, sitting here, I can hear this echo. And when you hear this echo, it tends to be a bad sign. It tends to be that the something sound-wise has been lost. So we you know that can be the sort of disastrous end to it, unfortunately. Let's see whether or not we can get this to work though. I'm going to press play on there. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, lovely. Clean signal. Nope. No, it's still there. I can still hear that echo. Put a bit more tone into it. It's a clean looking lines. No, we're not doing well here. Right, let's go back to the other tape deck. That's probably not going to do it, unfortunately. Let's fast forward on and see if there's anything else. This happens, unfortunately. It does happen. There's a bit of silence here. Winding on a bit. This may be the end. I'm fast forwarding a bit now. Like before, when we hit the silence, that was it. It was all over. It was basically blank tape. Well, some cracking games, though. We really have. Bombjack probably being my favourite of the lot there. And we had ping pong, of course, which is pretty good. Not the ping pong we were expecting, but the ping pong I played. Installed. Don't install anything on a Spectrum, do you? Well, not really. And that's it. There's nothing else on there. That is it. That is the episode. It's the 8th episode as well, which means there's only 2 more, and then we find out only 1 more before we find out what you wanted me to play at the end of the season. Anyway, I've been your host, RealGenericDemon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.